Hi guys, hello and welcome to Sportstar's match review of the Super 12 game between India and Scotland. India, of course, thrashed Scotland by 8 wickets, and more importantly, with 81 balls to spare, giving its net run rate a massive boost and keeping itself alive in the semi-final race. To discuss more, I have my colleague Amol joining me from Dubai. Hi Amol.
How are you, Ayan?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Yeah, so far so good. Not as good as the Indian team that is on the real high as such.
Absolutely, absolutely. And are they finally coming into their elements?
Uh, Ayan, it can be looked from two ways. I am not really sure. Yes, the the quintessential Indian cricket supporters might say that yes, they have proven their mettle and all. But the fact is, it may be a case of Indian team finally coming good a little too late into the
Correct.
tournament. And
Hmm.
moreover, uh, it's not that they are willing to soak in the pressure as such because they had to score, like we know now, in
Hmm.
43 balls. If they would have overhauled the most difficult chase ever, that is of 86, if they
Yeah.
would have achieved it, they would have actually bettered New Zealand and Afghanistan's run rate. So in that sense, yes, they have achieved all that. But now you look at it, they just have one way to go, right?
Yeah.
So that ability to absorb pressure, they have failed in the first
Yeah.
two games.
Correct.
Now they just have to keep going for it. It's that one-way traffic sort of a scenario,
Correct.
and they can press the accelerator, but they know that the brakes are not in their hand. It's that sort of a
Correct.
scenario. How do
Yeah.
you assess that situation?
Yeah, absolutely. And I completely agree with you. And with all due respect to Scotland and Afghanistan, both have been excellent in this World Cup, especially Afghanistan. But the fact of the matter is, against Pakistan and New Zealand, with two teams that really put India under the pump with potent attacks, both spin and pace, India crumbled. And Afghanistan and Scotland were, comparatively speaking, even before the World Cup, were going to be easier opponents compared to New Zealand and Pakistan. So of course they've come good. They had uh, they had their backs against the wall. They needed to win, and they did so. But as you correctly pointed out, there's a sword hanging over their head. It all boils down to that one Super 12 clash in Abu Dhabi between New Zealand and Afghanistan, and the result, which way it goes, will decide India's fate. Never a good position to be in, but it's their own doing, isn't it? I mean, right from game one, they seem to be confused about the makeup of the playing 11, the batting order, the bowlers, who was going to play where. Lots of confusion there.
Exactly, and that's where, as of now, yes, the group is still wide open
Correct.
as we speak. But still, India in this group so far have been the third best team.
Correct. And finally, well, the toss went Virat Kohli's way on his birthday, so that was one good thing. India finally got to chase. And do you think, heading into that final game against Namibia, of course, this is all contingent on how the Afghanistan New Zealand game pans out, but do you think India would be itching to again chase, or do you foresee any change in strategy there?
Like you said, the rider holds the key over here. There's no point in me or you
Yeah.
discussing what they would want in their last game, because at the end of the day, just like you and I,
Yeah.
even the whole of India's contingent would be closely monitoring the New Zealand Afghanistan game, and I'm sure you and I both will be back to discuss the strategy as such after the conclusion of the New Zealand
Correct.
Afghanistan game. So till then, they just have to either wait for the inevitable or hope for a miracle. What's your take?
Yeah, absolutely. Hope for a miracle. Afghanistan have been really good, but let's not forget New Zealand are a class team. They have been on a roll in ICC events of late. It's pressure situation. They also want to qualify, and they know how to get out of pressure situations. Having said that, Afghanistan, with all the baggage behind them in lead up to a tournament, have actually surpassed expectations, and a miracle wouldn't be beyond them. So it's shaping up to be quite an exciting clash. Mujibur Rahman, Afghanistan have been missing him, but he's posted a video of himself training in the gym just a couple of hours back on Twitter. There's still no official word on his availability. We don't know yet if he's fit enough to make it to the playing 11 against New Zealand. But if he does, not only will Afghanistan be happy, but the whole of India as well, because that gives Afghanistan, well, not just 4 overs of world-class spin from Rashid, but also 4 from Mujib. And before we wrap this up, of course, the Super 12 game between West Indies and Australia. So Australia win by a big margin and give its net run rate a massive boost. But well, the last time we saw the T20 Hall of Famers playing together, Gale, Russell, Bravo, of course, he has announced his retirement. Quite a seminal moment.
Indeed, indeed. It's actually the end of an era. This whole West Indies bunch kind of revolutionized the way T20 cricket is played across the globe.
Yeah.
So I just hope that they haven't been able to do it so far, but in the next half a decade as such, if the Indian team can replicate the West Indies model somehow, then I think that will be a fitting tribute to the West Indies greats.
Absolutely, absolutely. Right. So on that note, this is a wrap from us. Of course, there'll be more on the Super 12 stage and how the Afghanistan New Zealand game pans out, because plenty depends on that. We'll be back with it on Sunday evening. But until then, this is Ayan signing off with Amol. Thank you so much.